goddamn trailer, man. Oh god, it's so nice, man. What is your favorite parts of the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer? Comment below. Let's get a discussion going. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis had massive reveals yesterday, the day before, whenever you're watching this, whenever I find a time to edit it, because there's a lot of stuff we got to talk about, and we're going to look at it together in this trailer. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy. No, that's the outro. What am I doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date on all things Final Fantasy related, especially 7 Rebirth, which is going to be around the corner very soon, guys. February is not that far away. Time will absolutely be flying. Look at it. 3 months ago was Summer Games Fest. We're already in September. So hit that subscribe button and help raise that 11% even higher. Now, with that being said, let's get into the video. We're gonna stop in certain moments.
The world's ending.
So in the Summer Games Fest trailer, they actually showed us this part of Midgar. It was like a devastation, just huge, massive damage. Like, Midgar is fucked up right now.
At least that's what.
And this intro dialogue that we're hearing is Elmira talking to most likely Zack. It's probably this scene right here. She just finished telling him what we're hearing here. One thing I do find very interesting here, guys, is if you notice, my chair is not blocking it. Zack actually has materia in his Buster Sword, 2 green materias at that. And later on, we also see 2 green materias too. Let's go back to a cutscene where Zack was in it, in some old footage, and just see what the hell going on here. No materia in there too, which is probably why he dies anyways. I mean, who the hell goes to this fight without any materia, Zack? Tell me, who does this, Zack? Yeah, this isn't CGI. This isn't CGI. This is like an in-game scene. Zack actually has 2 green materias slotted into his S-word. Bolt and Ice. Throwback. It's because he's playable in these scenes, so the player has added materia. Exactly, that's the point that I'm trying to make. A lot of people are wondering if Zack will be playable. I wasn't sure if he will be playable, right? But seeing this, it's kind of looking like, yeah, it's very possible that Zack is going to be playable. And technically, if you think about it, we kind of do already play as him in the Nibelheim flashback. His name is just different. Yeah, as Zack looks on into the sky, you can see there's a tear in the clouds, the heavens, the sky itself. This shit has a crack running down the middle, which is very, very ominous. I mean, that's why everybody's freaking out, and that's why Elmira is like, yo, they said the world is ending, bro. What is he doing here? I don't know where my daughter is. Maybe does Elmira know that Aerith is apparently dead on this highway? Check out what we see right here. Like, we see Junon loading up. Right on top right there, we get first look at the motherfucking Highwind. I still don't think that we will be accessing this until part 3. And then up here, obviously, is where we control Barret as we're walking through the tower later on in the game. Disc 2, but like technically it'll be a game 3 thing.
Ready to fire, sir.
I just noticed they're sitting in a car as he's saying this. He's in a white convertible, it looks like, as he's driving through. So this isn't Cloud, because remember, Cloud is the one walking and leading the parade that we see later on. We actually got another look at the Highwind there, right? This is the left side of the Highwind now, seeing like more elements of like future things that we can't access as of right now, but they're currently working on. And just to look at the scale, I mean, look at this crane. Look how huge this crane is in comparison with this. That is fucking nuts. I know, the slapping scene, bro. So there's actually, during the parade, there's a stamp apparently we can see right here. So remember, at the very end of Remake, when we see Zack, his universe or his like timeline or whatever that we're watching, whatever it is, their stamp is not a beagle, it's actually a terrier. However, in ours here, see that area I just highlighted, that's actually Stoomp. Looks like the main party is still in their beagle universe as of right now. The timelines haven't merged yet. But that's exactly what Sephiroth wants to happen, because if you look at the front cover, right, of the game, the Beagle Stamp universe, and this is the Terrier Stamp universe, and then in the middle is Sephiroth. That's like seemingly bringing them together. At some point of the story, we'll probably see that actually start to happen. We'll start to see those events roll up. But as of right now, it looks like where Cloud and them are, Stamp is still a Beagle. So you guys remember in the OG game, you actually had to sneak in from the alleyway in here and hide inside of the troops and blend in. But this time, Cloud will be the leader, and he's gonna be leading the parade. So It's gonna be a mini game, a full-on mini game that they put a lot of detail into. I can't wait to do it. I got a quick question though, like, is this outfit fooling anybody here? I mean, this fucking guy got the Buster Sword is on his back. Why would they do this? I thought that they would have taken away the sword and just made him hold the gun, but that is too funny. Yo, he's gonna walk up to Rufus, and Rufus isn't gonna recognize this shit. This is Gungaga. This is where you get the Death Blow materia. This is where you get Titan materia. You come here, this is where you fight the tank Ceratops, which probably this segment here, as they're walking through, they're 86 meters away from their destination. When they probably reach that, I would assume maybe we trigger a tank Ceratops like boss fight, which would be really cool. Dude, why haven't they fed Red yet? Look how fucking malnourished he is. So a lower Junon, because you remember there's two different levels. There's the one right here. This is upper Junon that we're seeing all here. This is all upper Junon, the cannon area, all that shit, right? This is lower Junon. This is before all of that, and this is where we walk in. We see Priscilla, the dolphin. Cloud saves her from Bottomswell, that boss, the giant fish boss. We do see that boss, I think, in the trailer later on, which is cool to see how they translated that, how they transformed that for the future. You think it'll be called Mr. Dolphin in this one? Look, Cosmo Canyon, bro. You know, Max pointed out something very true about this. Cosmo Canyon is one of those locations. Well, back in the day, there was no day and night cycle on the PlayStation 1 games. Cosmo Canyon was one of those places that's just always nighttime. It's always nighttime, evening, late night in Cosmo Canyon. But we actually, they're full on showing us it in the daytime, which is really nice. And I think it's a really cool look. Obviously, it is Cosmo Canyon. We walk in here, and this is right where we learn Red 13's real name, Nanaki. Go up here, run up the side of the tower, up to Bugenhagen's observatory, right on this side. I wonder if there'll be a day-night cycle. I hope there is. All right, Tifa, let's go. Tifa actually has some new stuff. They don't really show a whole lot here, but there is a little cool detail that some people might not notice. Going through like Tifa's animations, she did not hit any button before she started initiating this attack. This has to be an ability, but unfortunately we don't see what that ability is or what it's called. Then as she keeps on striking, you'll see right here, square turns into an attack called Trinity Strike, which maybe regulated to her chi levels. Maybe this is like a whole new thing. And every time you hit it, she comes back in for another attack. That kick was crazy. Oh my god, that was such a nasty combo. Hold on, look at this shit. She kicks him up, friggin' uses her goddamn core strength to do a tatsu mid-air, right? She didn't touch the ground, and then does a flip and kicks him down so hard he bounces back up. This poor dinosaur. I feel like when we get to Cosmo Canyon and we fight against the Gi tribe people, if we try to use an X potion on them, they'll probably have like a funny reference about that. Whirlwind Uppercut's your favorite move? Honestly, mine too. This builds up ATB like crazy, and I wonder, we don't see her use it. I really wonder if we could still cancel it with parry materia. I hope so. I hope they did not change that. That would be great if they didn't. Yeah, the combat in Remake already in itself was very unique to the characters. Like, everybody had their own unique playstyle, and it felt great to control and play them. So it's very possible that they just completely find a way to do it again, and I ain't mad at it. I absolutely love it. Do you think Sephiroth will be fully playable in the flashback? I think so. I think they have a special opportunity to let us play as him, and he will be playable. After Tifa's like crazy combos, we get a little sneak peek of Barret and Cloud doing some work. Barret had a very similar move like this. I'm forgetting, the name is escaping me right now. I cannot remember what the name of this move was. I don't think this is a combo at all. They're just like attacking the shit out of it. If somebody was telling me, they're like, oh look, Aerith has melee combos and stuff now. I'm like, no man, she's probably doing the same exact animations that she does, where she launches like the orbs out of her attacks, but the enemy's just really close, so it looks like she's slapping them with it. I don't think that is the case. Vengeance mode is actually its own bar that you can build up by using defensive moves, they said. And once you use enough defensive moves to build up Vengeance mode, you have a whole different list of moves you can use with Red. So that's gonna be really exciting once we get to see some breakdowns and some more details as to what exactly those moves are. The animation of what Barret does here kind of reminds me of when you're in his melee weapon, his triangle attack turns into like a charge run. and it ends with this animation right there. Actually, this is it right here. Look, he does the run. He's actually doing it right here. He's charging forward, and then he cancels it into the slam down move. This move right here.
If you notice here, he gains back a lot
Overrun, that's what it's called.
Skill as well. The main goal for this build is to use your limit break to start off fights, and whichever enemies are left alive, you are to self-destruct on them to deal massive damage.
Yeah, right there. So it looks like Overrun, which was a triangle ability move for his melee weapon. It replaced Overcharge. That might be an actual ability. And you see how fast he canceled it? He actually canceled it into the ending animation right there. You don't really see him run too long, but he does get a little bit of a run right there. And then boom. So that's Overrun. It looks like Overrun is might be an ability because he does not have a melee weapon on. That's clearly like the gun arm, and this one says Overcharge right here. Yeah, Overcharge is the ranged version of his triangle attack where he shoots like 4 chunky like missiles out. He has that in the beginning of Remake, but Overrun is the other one, the charge run. It could be a whole another way to access that. I kind of like that. He gets angry and he slaps his sword against these like pods, but it doesn't like cut them open. But this one, he full on slices it almost like perfectly down the middle. If it was from here. What I am most excited for this motherfucking game to come out is to know whether or not are they going to be calling him Cait Sith or are they going to be calling him Cait Sith. We need to put that shit to rest because man, I'm getting comments because before when I was calling him Cait Sith, all I would get was comments from people saying, hey, it's actually Cait Sith. You're saying it wrong. Look it up, whatever. I looked it up. They were right. You know, in Scottish Gaelic pronunciations is actually Cait Sith. Go with the pronunciation. So I've been saying Cait Sith. I've been trying to practice saying Cait Sith, rewiring my brain to say Cait Sith. And now that I'm fucking saying Cait Sith, people in the comments, especially over the last 2 days, have been bitching about me saying Cait Sith and saying that it's cringe. It's not the way to say it. You're saying it wrong. It's Cait Sith. And I'm like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I don't know who the fuck to believe anymore. Do they call him Cait Sith? Does Barrett make a joke and say, he says, I'm not calling you Cait Sith. That's not what it's about. Like maybe they walk into Gold Saucer, right? Let's say they walk into Gold Saucer and they're like, oh, we have to go and meet with, who is Cait Sith? Cait Sith? We got to go meet Cait Sith. And then they make it a running joke. They're like, yo, your name is actually not spelt the way that it sounds. And he's like, no, my name is Cait Sith. And he's like, you sure? It's spelled like Cait Sith. And like, if they did that, that would be one of the... I would die. I would die laughing if Rebirth did that. They actually made that a gag in the story. And also, very important here, I don't know if this is the first time, right, in the story when they meet up with Cait Sith, Cait Sith. I don't know if this is like the first moment because, weirdly enough, if you guys remember, in the original game, Barrett isn't there. Barrett is off. You know, he ran away from the group. He's very upset. He's dealing with his own thing. Very serious thing. And Cloud and another party member end up finding Cait Sith in the Wonder Square, I think it was. And he gives a fortune, normally Tifa and Cloud. Well, you choose who you want, right? Like, because remember, with Cloud, you could choose who you want to take with you. You could take Aerith, you could take Tifa, you could take Red even. And Yuffie's there as well. It depends on who you take here. And with Barrett being here, I wonder if this is not actually when we first meet him. This is like a later portion that we're just seeing now and Cloud's just reiterating. So wait, you can fight Sephiroth? This motherfucker can fight on and off the Moogle. He completely just vanishes the Moogle whenever he pleases and calls it whenever he wants. And look at this. He has Kitty Wallop attack. He pulls up the command. It actually shows up really quick, but he hits Let's Ride. It's a shortcut move right here. He uses L1 to hit it. So L1 and square, he has it set for Let's Ride. He also has Lucky Roll and then Dodge and Dive. This character sounds like he's going to be a lot of fun. All of them are all also 1 ATB. And look, when he gets it, he gets Drop Kick now as an ability or his triangle attack. That did a lot of damage, 375. Well, they do have 3k health. We got to talk about the buggy. How many people are here in the buggy? Yeah, see, Cloud is driving right here. Aerith is right there. Red 13's tail is right here. We can't see Red, but we can see his tail. Tifa is riding shotgun, and Barrett's big ass, unfortunately, has to sit in the back. He's going to talk a lot of shit about that. Yeah, that's Tifa right up front there. Is Yuffie in there? Yuffie's got to be in there. At this point, we got to have Yuffie. Hold on, let's go back through that. Yeah, Yuffie's right here. This is Yuffie. So they're all in there, everybody that we've seen so far. And you can brake, accelerate, exit, and there's other commands.
As you can see,
We have the wall climbing chocobo, the mountain climbing chocobo. They actually did a pretty cool thing here. So in the OG game, the mountain climbing chocobo just literally walked right over the mountain. It wasn't really that elaborate. There wasn't too much that they could do there. We do see chocobo tracks though, which is really cool. I wonder if you have to buy these or can you breed the chocobos? If they went through and did like the whole breeding system, which they should, that is great. We see a flying chocobo. Well, I don't think this one flies, it glides, but you could use this to probably jump from different canyons, from one canyon to another canyon to access stuff. It looks like there's something over here, way off on this side. This little structure. This is probably a new area, but this looks really cool. It definitely looks cool though. I don't see this. This looks like the area of where Cosmo Canyon is. Cosmo Canyon is probably behind us, and right on the other side, we could probably see it. Like, see this? Sorry, there's little building structures right here. There's a path all down here. There's a lot of accessible stuff, it seems, way in the distance, and that's very exciting because they said they have over 100 hours of side content. Sorry, 100 total hours of gameplay time. They said that the side content is twice as many hours as the main story. So we're looking at maybe like 50 to 60 hours of like side stuff, exploration, adventure. I love it. See all this? This looks really cool. It's like a new town maybe. And this is Costa del Sol.
Get together.
I imagine that the reason why Cloud is wearing a different outfit here is because when you get to Costa del Sol, they all probably just like take some time off. They're all like wearing casual or beach attire. Barrett is most likely rocking the sailor outfit in private, staring at himself in the mirror. Cloud is wearing whatever this is. That man can jump so high, you could never tell from those legs. Red, I wonder if he's even wearing an outfit. Yuffie, Tifa, Aerith. We did see Tifa and Aerith have a new outfit, and Cloud as well in Costa del Sol for Ever Crisis, but it doesn't look anything like this. Like Cloud's outfit in Costa del Sol is kind of like a sailor inspired outfit, and he has a new sword called the Maritime. It looks like this might be like a pedometer related thing, where if you travel a certain amount of distance, you might unlock some challenges, maybe some other materia, maybe some more side content. If Barry doesn't do the sailor outfit, I'm rioting. They'll be getting yelled at if they don't. This actually, you know what this is? This looks like Cosmo Canyon at night. And it's a cutscene where we wake up and we see these guys are leaving. Because remember, Hojo talking to Cloud just now is probably on the beach in Costa del Sol. We'll go back to his dialogue. Listen to Hojo.
Your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
Your brothers. He's calling these guys his brothers. And this is the bridge in Costa del Sol that when you cross over the top, there's like the place to the right where you could buy the villa. And this is the exit to Costa del Sol. Oh yeah, it could be the Arch to Calm. It is too dark to tell. Let me see. This is what I was thinking it is right here. This bridge. I was thinking it's that bridge. But Calm also does make sense. You think they're putting too much of the story and locations into the game? Dude, no. I don't. Come on, man. I think that they're doing a great amount. I want more, if anything. I want more, if anything. It's funny because a lot of people complained that Remake didn't put enough, and now they're like, oh, is it too much now? Don't tell any of the devs that. They're going to be like, yo, what do y'all want? So interesting thing here, actually. This is more information from Traces of Two Past, which is a novel that Kazushige Nojima, the writer of Final Fantasy VII, also wrote for the story of backstory of Tifa and Aerith and some stuff for Cloud too. In that backstory, it does detail Tifa's recovery process of her getting like injured and going into a coma after the Nibelheim encounter. How does she recover? Apparently, a doctor in Mount Corel named Dr. Sheeran was the one that fixed her sternum, I think.
Yeah, I ask because I suspect they're soldiers.
And apparently, in the Japanese subtitles for this, it actually says that his name is Dr. Sheeran or Sheeran. If you go to that Traces of Two Past excerpt, it actually does show that, which is cool. So this is a doctor in Mount Corel that helped Tifa get back to normal. She never got to meet him though, because she was in a coma the whole entire time he was working on her. And after he finished like fixing her up, she was transferred to another hospital while she was still in a coma.
Suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived.
This scene with Sephiroth is just, it's the same scene, I think, with Cloud talking to the doctor. It's one of the clones behind him freaking out, and Cloud tries to go like stab him.
Trust in me.
Yeah, see, it's the same area. Would you guys believe I completely missed the Midgar Zolom in my first initial watch of this? I didn't even notice it until the second time we watched it. There was just so much shit going on. This bastard. You know how many times this dude killed us on stream because we were trying to like farm beta earlier than we could? I was too hyped for sure. There's so many things I missed. Bottom's well.
Come on.
Everybody's in there. I don't see Yuffie. I see Aerith, Barret, Tifa, and Red and Cloud. No Yuffie.
Come on.
I remember we technically were supposed to get Yuffie before that. We get her in the forest, right? Yuffie and Barret have a sick combo. Barret's perspective right here. This is so cool. She creates a like Doctor Strange style portal with her ninjutsu, and any shot that goes through it just gets ignited and does extra bonus damage. That's a really cool combo between her and Barret. And look at the ending animation. We got Cait Sith and Aerith doing a combo here. Oh, you see this right here? This little icon next to Cait Sith's name? This has a little bit of a cooldown, and it says the Moogle is almost back. I think there's a little bit of white right here. Or maybe if this shows up, it means we can call in the Moogle now. Called in right there. Eats the orbs and then launches it back out. So this Sephiroth and Cloud move is called Double Helix. We know that from the Square Enix like website. Duncan. Shout outs to Duncan. He works at Square Enix. He's a really cool dude. I met him in London. He does all the Square Enix articles. Him and Sunil, they do a really fantastic job on the Square Enix blog.
On me.
Yeah, but this attack is called Double Helix, and these are two different scenes, right? So this is probably like a cutscene because we can see like the ATB and stuff, mid-battle cutscene, and then right here, it switches to a totally different portion. Actually, no, it's the same fight. It's the same fight, but that looked like it was from in battle versus the other one, which was in cutscene. They locked eyes for a second. Alexander. Kujata. Odin. Now, what's interesting is some people have pointed out, like, oh, what the hell? He summoned Odin against the Zolom. What the hell? Like, why would he do that? That's just gonna make the fight easy. Remember, Odin, I think, had two animations in the OG game. He had one against like minimal enemies where he'll just one-shot them, completely take them out of the battle. Whereas he also like it can be used on bigger enemies, not to one-shot them, but to deal like damage. And I think that'll be the case because I don't see him like one-shotting the Zolom unless it's at the very end of the health. And let's go back slower through these and see what the hell's going on here. So obviously, Cloud and Sephiroth are fighting the Materia Keeper, and what's cool about this is they don't actually fight the Materia Keeper in the OG. They fight the dragon in the very beginning of the Nibelheim flashback mission, but Materia Keeper is an enemy that we fight later on when we go through Nibelheim. It's right before you get the Power Soul with Tifa. No, I don't think we'll get the Knights of the Round summon in this game. I think that'll be part 3. I don't know what this is actually. So at the very end, Sephiroth gains a infinity symbol next to his MP. So that's actually interesting. We got to go back and see if any other characters like combos at the very end, do they also get those too? Let's go back. They do actually. Look. So Cait Sith and Aerith get one of those infinity symbols right after their move. Totally new thing. That wasn't in remake, so that's an entirely new thing to look after. What if this is how Zack fights? I think that's a very high possibility. Now, clearly, Alexander, you don't really have to slow this down to see this, but this is a VR fight. You guys notice that? This is totally the VR training room. It looks different. Man, I can't wait till next week. Next week, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of this stuff. Wait, what did Kujata run through there? I want to see the enemy that Kujata is fighting. So it's in the rocky, like, Cosmo Canyon terrain. Not really able to see a whole lot with this one. I would have liked to see Barret in this cutscene, see if he's moping or angry, like he doesn't want to be around here. But Yuffie's expression, Aerith's expression, all of that stuff here makes me smile. Andrea's back. This right here, a lot of people were wondering, okay, is this the gold saucer date? I don't think this is the gold saucer date. They could full on do the date the first time we go to the gold saucer, but I don't think that they will be doing that. Because remember, the date doesn't happen until the second time we go back to the gold saucer to talk to Dio and get the keystone, because once we get the keystone, the lift breaks and we can't leave. God damn. the lift breaks and we can't leave, so we have to stay over the night. And while they stay over the night, depending on whoever you picked as your waifu, you could go on a date with Aerith, Yuffie, or Tifa. Giga Chads actually got the true date, and they went on the date with Barrett. Okay, here we go. This is the shot I wanted. Right here. These two females I thought were the girls from Casa de Sol, but they aren't. Yuffie's outfit here, I don't know why she's wearing it. It's definitely Wutaian, but I don't know what the occasion is for. However, I do love it though. This is a very nice outfit for her. It looks really cool. Hope she could fight in it. If not, I mean, 3 months later, the PC version is coming out. But it's not the date because you can see Aerith and Tifa are here. That was my point about this. And they wouldn't all be there on the date. Maybe Yuffie is forced to participate in the play. That'll be funny. I can't wait to see these characters all do like dumb, funny shit together and they get like made fun of. I really can't wait for that. This is Dio, Speedo Dio. A lot of people missed this, but we called it, I think in the initial reaction. I think so. Is Dio with more clothes, but probably, hopefully, Speedo still. Yo, he's pretty jacked. And then we got good old Chocobo racing. It's black and red Chocobo up here. I'm mad he's not in a Speedo. He probably still is. We don't see the lower half. But you could do different things. You can do left hook, right hook. You can guard right, guard left. And then you have a limit break that you can do too. They're all standing up and watching the giant TV in the Sector 5 slums. For sure, they got an announcement about something and they're checking that out. But this guy, we've seen him a lot.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for...
And notice in this scene, Zack is actually dirty. He's not, it looks like he just walked into Sector 5, dropped off Cloud, went off to do something, came back, picked up Cloud, and then tried to go to Elmira, and he was like already clean after that and all that stuff.
After my friend, just for a bit.
Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't notice this before. We actually get a shot of the mysterious hooded figure behind Rufus just staring at him, and more than likely I'm leaning towards this being Glenn. Some people are saying that it's probably Dine, but I don't know. Dine is like a really public shooter. He would have shot everybody here already. I'm joking. Shout outs to Fish Fried Cat. We've seen Glenn wearing a cloak. This is somebody mysterious. They obviously don't want us to see their face. They have some sort of obsession or vendetta against Shinra, and we don't know exactly what is Glenn's fate, right? And we do know that when we do see Glenn in his hoodie, I'm gonna pull it up right now for you guys. He has a beard, but not as big of a beard as this, but obviously that was like 8 years prior to this, so heard a dog just now. But see, he's starting to grow his beard out here. Damn, Glenn's pretty fast. And I'll let it play out so you guys can see. He's hiding in the bushes. Oh shit. And he has a lighter beard here. And his beard isn't as bright as his hair. It's more of a darker, kind of closer to brown, right? So it's very possible that this could be Glenn. I don't think it's Sid. This Tifa segment, there's two possibilities, right? Because remember, they've stated multiple times that the events in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be happening in very different orders from what we remember from the OG game. For example, Wutai is not going to be in Rebirth. Wutai was moved to the next title, Part 3, unfortunately. That also means that there are some things that may show up sooner than later, or later than sooner. So it's possible. One theory is, and this is just a theory, I don't think it could be true, we go to the Northern Crater first and Tifa falls into the live stream instead of Cloud, and then it ends in the Lost Capital, and this is like where she sees the weapons like all being unleashed.
Creature said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
But I don't know, because if you look at this scene with Tifa, there's like some barrier between her and the weapon.
A weapon?
And this could be the planetary, Bugenhagen's planetarium, where he's like showing the party all different things and elements of the planet and what to look out for. And he probably is talking about the weapons here. And Tifa is asking, wait, a weapon? And that is Red 13 talking, I think.
Tutelary creatures, said only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
This might be two different weapons here. Yo, Shishio, how have you been, dude? Thank you so much for the 5, bro. You don't think we're gonna get a Temple of the Ancients in this game? Well, that's the black materia, right? And Sephiroth needs the black materia. He could totally go about getting the black materia in his own way. Like just, hey, send somebody into the temple, hit that button and turn it into black materia. Doesn't need Cloud them to do it. I think it very much will be, because the temple is referenced in promo art in the background of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like if you're going towards Wall Market, there's a lot of promos out there that do showcase the Temple of the Ancients. I wonder if this is its eye or if it's like its stomach, right? Because you know the weapons also have like some really like shiny parts to them right here. This could be emerald, right? Obviously with the green, but it could be a reflection of the Mako. Obviously in Rebirth is a great spot to introduce the weapons, to introduce the lore, some discovery elements about them. And then we get to witness them in part 3 and take them down one by one. I think that would be a great objective to have for part 3 and kind of like help develop this giant world scale of like adventure and trying to take down this massive like mythical like beast, and you get stronger in the process. I feel like that as like the world threat and the big threat in part 3 leading up to like Sephiroth and Jenova at the very end is a very fitting way for them to go about it for part 3, because Red is clearly setting that up here for us to know about them. However, whether or not those are two different weapons, I'm not sure. I think they are. This one could be Sapphire. The first one we saw could be Emerald. There's an Omega. There's also Diamond weapon. Sapphire we never fought in the OG. He got owned by the Junon cannon, which is so disrespectful. Can you imagine like the defender of the earth? You're an ancient guardian of the planet and you get taken out by a rich spoiled kid and his giant dick cannon, and you look it in the face too. It's not like the cannon could move. What the fuck was Sapphire weapon thinking? I wanted to fight him, that's why I'm mad. Junon cannon did like 999 billion damage, trillion damage. This could be a future glimpse, but most of the future glimpses, they always have that like hazy filter over it. This is like a clear filter almost, other than the fact that it's green and she's underwater. And here we got good old Vinny. Let's go back slow. Let's go frame by frame in Vinny's reveal right here. Could you call it a reveal? I don't think you could call it a reveal, but wow, look at him. You can actually see his body, his outfit here. BltzZ certified. This is Nomura certified right here. Has a little top cape. He popped off the top right there. Hold on, let's go back. Can we go back one more frame to see that? The Dirge of Cerberus logo is on his coffin, which is very interesting. I wonder if he did that, or did Hojo do that? Like, who the fuck made that? You get a really good close-up shot here of Vincent's outfit, guys. I haven't seen anybody really talking about this. I've been seeing people share the other shot, but this is actually really cool. I like that. I wasn't expecting to really get to see all that, you know? You see the clasps he has up here. This third one is loose, probably to give him more range of motion. Is that his claws on the left side here, chat? Right? This would be his arm going out this way. Yeah, this would be his arm. This is his gold claw. Right side here, double sleeves, full-on outfit here. I love it. He's the One Piece. Why did Sapphire weapon appear to pop up right in front of the giant cannon that does not move? I know, right? Vincent potentially being non-playable is a complete bummer. If I gotta wait another 5 years to finally play as Vincent, I swear dude also deserves his own DLC, some of the best lore outside of Cloud in the game, which is, they agree too, which is why they gave him his own game. I think Vincent might have a chance to be playable. If he's not, he most definitely will probably have his own DLC, but you definitely don't have to wait 5 years to play part 3. They've already stated that October 2019 is when they started planning Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and then they officially started working on it in May 2020, a month after Remake release. However, during the Final Fantasy VII 25th year anniversary event, we actually got the announcement of Rebirth, and they told us straight up, we actually have been working on Rebirth and part 3 simultaneously side by side since the beginning of development for that. So they're actually developing both games right now side by side. They have one team cleverly building up the assets and just working with all the stuff and developing that while they finish up this one. And when they finish this one, they're all going to jump onto the other one, and it should not take as long. And they said this specifically during the event. This is to make sure that they don't have too much of a downtime waiting period between Rebirth to the third title. So I think max 2 years we're gonna have part 3 back to us. Yeah, structure of the world is already being built. All they got to do is just open it up and add more shit to it. He's getting up, jumping up right here. Frame, and here we go. Yeah, the dirge like insignia and like logo stuff here. All right, so there we go. There's actually a the best full front shot of Vincent that we could see. And man, his design is nice, bro. Yo, check this man's like hips. They don't lie. He's got like, I don't know if it's the lighting, but is that gold trim? That looks really cool. The claws looking nice. The man's hair is looking all crispy. He's got his headband on for sure. He's covering up half of his mouth. He's COVID friendly. Cloud and Cait Sith were the ones that opened it. That's kind of funny. I wonder if he was snoring and that's what made them walk up and like try to open this.
Dares disturb my slumber.
Apparently, it's Matt Mercer that's voicing him, and I think after Steve Blum, that's the next best person. Perfect casting, in my opinion. Look at this. They got a treasure chest over here to the left. It's probably a weapon or something for Vincent, maybe, or a material. We got Yuffie in the corner. Red is actually in the back here, like way in the back. Cait Sith, Cloud. So we got 8 party members here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Then Sid would be 9. I love this party so much. Tifa ain't scared. She's kind of like, damn, yo, you got red eyes like me. And this is just like recap stuff that's gonna be in the beginning of the game. What a goddamn trailer, man. Oh god, it's so nice, man. February 29th. And then the best part about all of this. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, PlayStation 5 exclusive, asterisk, not available on other formats at least until May 29th, 2024. That is 3 months after Final Fantasy VII Rebirth releases, which means we're gonna have a solid like 6 months of Rebirth just non-stop. Like we'll be playing it, we'll probably go through it like 3 months putting out content for it, and then by the time that's done, PC version will be out and we'll be doing this all over again. And the reason why I'm so confident this is PC is because they did the same thing with Remake and Remake Integrate. It said the same thing, not available in other formats until whenever, whatever. We thought, okay, maybe Xbox, maybe Nintendo Switch, it'll be coming to them, but that wasn't the case. It actually ended up coming to PC, and Sony has been developing a really great relationship with PC and working hard to get their games on there. Been pretty cool to see, at least. I could totally see them doing PC, but I did not expect 3 months after release. That is huge. And it's a big money play, because if you think about it, they're having issues, right, with their previous titles before Final Fantasy VII Remake and after Remake. Non-Final Fantasy related, unfortunately, didn't sell exactly that well. They're $2 billion in market value down. Just in general, they're not doing too great in that aspect. However, like 16 made profit, right? 16 covered its budget and made some profit on top of that, so they're good. This game is for sure going to explode. I think, honestly, Rebirth might very well sell more than the original game, because Rebirth actually contains a lot of everybody's favorite parts of like Final Fantasy VII. Like, I love Midgar as much as I do. My favorite parts, my best memories came after you left Midgar. You know, seeing the open world for the first time and being blown away by, oh, what the hell, this whole time we were in this city and now we get to explore this giant world that might have more cities of that same size too, and longer storylines. Like, that shit was mind-blowing as a kid. Hell, as a teenager for some of you guys, I was like 8, 9 years old and shit. And I think you know, with the fiscal year for them ending in March and then the new one starting in April, this is a great title for them to start off the early part of their fiscal year. What a way, right? That's 9 months from now. 5 months from now, actually. 5 months and then 8 months. That's what it is. But either way, I don't know if it'll come out exactly on the 29th. Maybe June will probably be like a better way to see about it. If you have intermission save data, you'll get Ramuh with Rebirth. If you have remake save data from your PS4 and it's on your PS5, you'll actually get Leviathan materia. Man, we dissected everything, Chad. Did we miss anything in this trailer? I wish there was more combat stuff we could talk about in here. We don't see them ever open up an ability and use it. I'm just watching this in awe. And Yuffie's ninjutsu's next to her name. So look, Yuffie has ninjutsu, which is like represented by the diamond, which is changes depending on the element she has activated. And we got Cait Sith has his Moogle, shows up there. We get to see the battle square, the Chocobo square, and just get an idea of how they designed the different corners that you can go to in Gold Saucer. And it's very reminiscent of the OG. I think they did a fantastic job making it look exactly like it would if it was just redone for modern day graphics. It's not Glenn. Who do you think it is, Nico? Genesis? Genesis with a beard would be pretty hard. I don't see Loveless in his hand though. Nah, Genesis wouldn't wake up yet though, right? Like Genesis is, isn't he stuck where the weapons are? And it's not until the weapons are released that's when Genesis wakes up. Yeah, I don't think that's Genesis. But that is Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Not gonna lie, I mean, you guys know it. We're gonna be running through this trailer a lot over the next few months because anytime they give us a little bit of something for this series, we go out of our way to dissect as much as we can from it. And even though we did go through most of the frames, frame by frame, there's gonna be things that we missed. There's gonna be stuff that we don't see, like this enemy running by over here. And it's gonna happen, but more than happy for it to happen because it always just means we can come back and make another video, which I'm excited for. Possibly it could be one of the islands. It also could be like the in-between Gongaga to Cosmo Canyon area where there's a lot of water and they have those beaches that you could walk by. That's the breakdown for the trailer. Quite a long, chunky one. I hope not. We'll see how it is after like I edit it down. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming soon, and it's a crazy season ahead of us. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this. What is your favorite parts of the Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth trailer? Comment below. Let's get a discussion going. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth videos are on the way, and you do not want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.